Hey Tenor Drummers, John here, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to practice. Now through a lot of hard work and some luck, I was able to go from first playing tenor drums my senior year of high school to winning a DCI championship in less than 3 years. Now I know that's not going to be possible for all of you, but if you follow my advice on how to practice, you'll be very amazed at how much progress you can make. Alright, so let's talk about it. So the first thing, say you just got your exercises or your show music, you want to start off on one drum. With tenor drums, you always start on one drum, okay? There's going to be plenty of time to move it around, so focus on one drum, figure out the rhythms, get the music in your hands. And if something's giving you trouble, like one measure, isolate that one measure and just play it over and over again. Or maybe just 2 counts are giving you trouble. Just play those 2 counts over and over again until you start to figure it out, and then slowly add a measure before, a measure after, a couple measures before, just slowly add more until you can play it from top to bottom, okay? So once you can play it on one drum, then start working on the around pattern. Again, play it nice and slowly. If anything's giving you trouble, isolate those trouble spots, okay? Just focus on those. Spend the time needed to figure it out and get it in your hands. Okay, so now that you can play it around, you have everything in your hands, now is the time to turn on your metronome. And it's basically not turning off from here on out, okay? You want to be playing with your metronome from here on out. It's basically your section leader when you're at home practicing. So turn the metronome on, but keep it slow, all right? So often people want to just speed up the metronome and get things up to tempo, or show tempo. But focus on playing things slowly and perfectly, because your brain needs time to send the messages to your hands. And when it gets used to sending those same messages over and over again, then it's going to be able to send them quicker and quicker. So if you can play things slowly but perfectly, it's going to be so much easier to speed it up later on, okay? And along those lines, when you're practicing exercises or warming up, spend a lot of time on those first couple exercises, your eighth notes, your accent tap, because if you can play those perfectly, everything else is just built off of those aspects. So focus on your eighth notes. When I was auditioning for Cavaliers, even going into my second year, I would spend a ridiculous amount of time playing eighth notes on one drum, just making sure my heights were perfectly consistent and my crescendo and decrescendo were as smooth as possible. Okay, so don't overlook that. Don't rush through those exercises. All right, the next thing, and this is something that not a lot of people talk about, and I think it's so crucial to helping you really go to that next level of playing, and that is playing in front of a mirror. Okay, because when you're looking down at your sticks, from this angle, you get a completely different perspective than what your tech sees, or the audience, or a judge. So to be able to see things from their perspective, put up a mirror on your wall, or say if you have a sliding mirror door on your closet, that would be perfect. Or even a window. When it's dark outside, the window will be very reflective, so that helps as well. Mirrors are expensive, so keep an eye on Craigslist or yard sales and try to get as large of a mirror as you can find, and it's really going to help out. And what I like to do is even take it one step further and mark on that mirror the different heights. You can use like a dry erase marker or even some stick tape, and it might take some trial and error, but make a couple marks, 3 inches, 6, 9, 12. Go back to your pad, and from this point out you'll have to keep your pad or your drums in the same exact spot and the mirror in the same spot for this to work. But go and draw and say, okay, the 3 inches is a little too low, let me move that up, and you can go erase it and adjust them as necessary. But that is going to help you so much in just keeping your heights consistent and clean. It's really going to let you compare your right hand to your left hand, just as far as the stick motion. Is your left hand looking more stiff than your right hand? And in general, for most of us drummers, we're probably right-handed, and our left hand is the weaker of the 2 hands. So don't be afraid to focus more attention on your left hand. Play things left hand lead. Or just play eights with your left hand for a long time and really work on that left hand, because you're probably only going to be as good as your left hand, okay? So don't neglect your left hand. All right, so That's it. Focus on one drum, learn things on one drum. Even after you know them, start on one drum. Make sure you can play it perfectly on one drum, slowly, then play it around, and gradually bring up the tempo. Be playing in front of your mirror, and of course, always be your own worst critic. Don't rush through things. Make sure you're playing them as well as possible before you move on. All right, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.